Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg and I'm a lover of all things beauty and makeup. I thought it would be fun to come on here and do a little like chit chat, get ready with me, just like some like post holiday, trying to get back into the groove, just chill out and do our makeup. So if you're interested in that, I hope you stick around and we can get some makeup on this face. So I already went ahead and put my brows on just because I can't really put the tattoo brows on with any like level of grace on camera because I just kind of have to be like right up in the mirror and stuff. So I thought we would put those on and then let's just get into the first product, which is going to be a face primer. It's not a product that I always gravitate towards using. I just haven't really like found anything that's like been mind-blowing, but I got this Farrah's Smooth Focus Face Primer in my January like Ipsy and BoxyCharm. I think it was, sorry, specifically in my like BoxyCharm by Ipsy box. And I have used it a couple times now and I really like it. So I thought we would continue on this journey. I just kind of take sort of a large kind of pea-sized blob on my fingers and I rub together and then I start placing it first under my eyes because that's where, right around here is where I have like the largest pores and stuff. So that's where I need the most sort of smoothing. I'm not going to worry too much about like my brows, which my brows like the tattoos on, but like there's still going to be some finessing. So if you're kind of like, oh, those don't look finished, they're not. But yeah, we'll rub this into our skin. I definitely have like felt like I've noticed the smoothing aspects. I don't really know, like it kind of claims to be hydrating and that as well. I don't really kind of feel like uber hydrated after using it, but I like the smoothing aspect, so we're gonna go with that. Sorry, I don't know why I choose to like wear a wig. Well, I know why I choose to wear a wig, because I'm lazy and I don't want to style my hair, which is also like growing out and just looks terrible. So anyways, I think we're gonna go with this one. I haven't used it in a little while. It is the NYX Cosmetics Bear With Me Blur Blurring Tint Foundation. I have it in 03 Light Ivory, and I'm going to take that on this KVD number 5. It's a foundation brush, but I don't think you can even get any of these anymore. Like maybe you can on the KVD website, but I'm pretty sure their brushes all got discontinued. And then I'm just going to, I always like putting it, I go in and out of phases. Sometimes I'm in like a sponge phase, and then sometimes I'm in a brush phase. And right now I am in a brush phase. I don't know if it's partially because I'm just like lazy and I don't want to have to like get up and wet a sponge, but that very well could be a huge part of it. But this is the journey I am on right now, so we're just gonna go with it. Anyways, hope all of you guys are having a good post-holiday time. By the time I post this, it'll probably be at least a week or so after New Year. So I hope your new year, like your 2024 so far, is going well for you. Oh, I'm trying to get more product out. Definitely on the last bits of this product, but yeah, so far for me, like as I'm filming this, it's New Year's Day, so we're not that far into it. I know it's a great look for me, but I don't know why I'm bothering to put anything really on my forehead because it's going to be covered by the toque, but whatever. Just want to have it look, I guess, consistent. Love using this brush for being able to get like around different aspects of my face, like right in here really nicely, and then around the brows. Just like that. And then we're going to grab concealer. Right now I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I have it in Fair Rose, which I think is one of like the lightest, if not the lightest shade you can get. I don't want to put too much on, so we're just going to dot it in a couple of places. We'll get our powder stuff ready. But yeah, so far I don't really have too much to say about the new year because we're one day in, but we're having a nice lazy New Year's Day, which is always nice. I am filming this during the day, so if it's a little loud in the background, sorry, but I am a mom of 2 young kids, and I'm taking advantage of my husband watching them for a moment while I film this. So, but yeah, so our day's lazy. I'm both looking forward to, I go back to work. I've been off work for about, well, I was supposed to be off just for like a week for the holidays, but I got a really horrible, I don't know if I got like bronchitis or what, but I got a really horrible like cold or something right before the holidays. So I was off for a lot of the week before Christmas and that too. Luckily I got on some antibiotics and I was able to get better, but it was brutal. So I feel like I haven't been to work in like forever. Just gonna go with my loose powder. This is like the Revolution. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but is the Makeup Revolution loose powder and translucent. I just didn't like the container it came in because it's not really friendly towards being able to get the powder out. All right, had to pause for a second there because I was having a coughing fit. Anyways, I transferred it to this empty container I had, but I never know if I know how to say it right, but it's Anna Sui. Back when I had one of her loose powders, I kept up the container because I really liked it. And so I dumped this powder into there, and I've really been liking using it this way. And then I just go in with like a powder puff. Like, I think this is from a set I just got off of like Temu or something like that. But you can get powder puffs from all sorts of places, both probably higher quality ones and super cheap ones. But it's one of those things where I'm sure there's a difference between the quality and like how they stand up to like washing and stuff, but I'm just super cheap when it comes to stuff like this. I'm like that with my sponges too. I just can't bring myself to spend a lot of money when I know I can get super inexpensive ones that last just fine for me elsewhere. Anyways, that was a sidestep and a tangent. All right, we're gonna spray this and then I can put my tube down. Just using, this is the Catrice Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. It's like the Prime and Fine. I'm almost out of it. I desperately need to go get myself some more setting spray, but it's New Year's Day today, so don't think it'll be happening today, but whatever. I'm gonna let that dry a bit. I probably should invest in one of those like little fans, but I also just can't be bothered. Anyways, as I was saying about work, I go back to work tomorrow after being off for basically 2 weeks, because I went home early the Tuesday before Christmas because I was feeling very feverish in that, and I haven't been back since. So I am both dreading going back just because I've just gotten so used to being off, but I'm also kind of looking forward to it because I'm going a little stir crazy. I love my family and I'm so thankful that we've been able to have this time together, but I'm also just, you know, there's only so much kind of playing with Lego and watching YouTube and that you can do. So I am looking forward to going back to work. Next, we're going to go in, I'm going to try to finish off my brows. We're going to go in with this is the Melt Perfectionist Brow Pen. They just have it in like a universal brown, I think is what they call it. And I'm going to go in and just add some hair-like strokes to my brows just to fill them in a bit more. Plus, like I love these brow tattoos that I get. I just get like them off Amazon. This is like the second pack that I've gotten, and it'll probably be the ones I keep buying because I like them and they're not a bad price. But they come in like a little bit varying of sizes. So when I'm kind of at the top of them, they're a bit smaller, and so therefore they kind of, there's more space between. So I find I have to fill in a bit more with some little hairs, hair-like strokes, just to make them not look like they're so far apart. But I've been really enjoying this routine. For the longest time, I used to draw my brows on, like I'd use either a powder or a pencil and draw the initial shape, and then I'd fill it in with either a brow pen or some pomade or something. And I could still do that if I have to, but it's a bit nicer of a system. I like the flow of this better. It's more my jam, so. Anyways, that is that for those. Next, let's put on some eye primer. I just always have my go-to. This is the P. Louise Cosmetic Base in Rumor 0.5. This is like the jumbo size that you can get. There's also like a smaller one, and then I think they also have these shades in technically like their like eye paints or whatever. I got some of those when they had their Black Friday because it was the only version like in this shade available. So I don't know yet if there's any like difference. I'm hoping not, but I love this stuff. And when they had their Black Friday sale, I wish I'd thought about it like right away when they had it, but it was a bit of an afterthought later in the sale because they had the sale going on for quite a while. All of the actual like bases were in anywhere near the shade that I use were sold out. But I like taking this, and I always take it on this Sigma Soft Focus Shader E52. I absolutely adore this brush for putting on my eye base. It's just like big and flat. It just helps spread everything out nicely and cover my whole eyelid, smooth everything out. I just really enjoy this. So pretty much the only brush that I use for this process. All right, and we have that. And then the next step I like to do is I like to put on some blush. So let's decide what blush we're gonna use. I think, actually, probably should have picked this out beforehand. I think we're going to go with, I just had it right here not long ago. Now I can't figure out where I put it. Here it is. It's the Melt Cosmetics Powder Blush Light in the shade Nevermore. It's just a nice like glowy pink blush. I really like it. I'm going to try to push my wig back for a second because it is a white wig, and every time I go with blush too close to it, I get it all over the hair. So I'm just taking that on this angled blush brush. It's a Morphe G4. Tends to be my go-to sort of style for, like, not this specific brush, but like this kind of style brush for my blush. I think it's going on a little bit patchy, but I went in like really heavy-handed with that, but that's okay. We can go over with some powder to tamp it down a little bit. But I find even if I'm gonna like tame it down a little bit, I feel like in order to make sure it's even on both sides, I have to go in heavy on the other side too, just to help. I'm gonna take this powder brush. This is just a Jessup powder brush from a set that they kindly sent to me quite a while ago. It doesn't have a name on it. We're just going to take some of that loose powder that we used. Not too much. We're just going to go over that a bit just to take it down a notch. Hold on now. I like a really blushy moment, but even for me, sometimes it ends up being a little bit intense. All right, let's do that. Even then, I still think I got some of my blush on there. Okay, moving on. Let's go in with some highlight. I'm going to use, this is like my favorite now, the Blend Body Cosmetics Noctilucent palette. I just absolutely adore this for my highlighter, and I'm going to take that on this Melt highlighting brush number, I have the darndest time reading these. I think it's 800, just highlight 800, I think it says on there. And we're going to go in with, I think I'm going to go with, it's my favorite shade on the most part, Phenomena in the middle here. It's sort of like this, like, they have it on the back, it looks like it's supposed to be like pink. I'd say it's almost like pinky peach sort of a vibe. I'll take some of that. Hopefully that's showing up. I can't quite tell from my monitor what's showing up and what's not, but to me in the mirror, I can see it, so. Definitely appears to be there. I'll put a little bit on my nose, lip, there, and there we go. Glowing like crazy. We'll keep that out because I might use that in, incorporate it into my eye makeup. So I guess we might as well, actually, you know, before we start on the eyes, I want to put on some lip treatment. I normally put it on a little bit sooner, like once I'm done powdering my face, just so it's nice and soaking in while I'm doing my eyes. I'm going in with the Unearthly Cosmetics lip oil in Ruin. This came in their Devour Halloween collection. As of right now, I don't believe you can buy this separately, and I don't think the collection's available anymore, but I think it was a real hit with the brand. Anyone who got the collection like really loved this, me, myself included. So I wouldn't be shocked if something they do in 2024 is they release more of those, which would be lovely because it is just so silky and smooth and hydrating on the lips without being sticky. Like, I don't feel like my lips are sticking together. Not sure where stuff cut off. I wasn't looking at my monitor enough and didn't notice that it had stopped recording at some point. I think it was because my camera battery was getting really low. I have switched out and put in a new one, so hopefully we are in a good spot now, and I will pay more attention to my monitor to make sure it's still recording. So today I thought we could go in with the Blend Body Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge palette. I just really love this color story, and I'm feeling like digging into it again. I specifically right now am drawn to going into these grays, and then I thought it would be a lot of fun to add this like a pop of color with this like beautiful metallic lavender. And then to add a little bit more contrast, I thought we would also incorporate another Gavissi Beauty Retro Liner, and this one is in the shade Banana Split. It's just this really beautiful, bright, but also pastel yellow that I think would just add some interesting contrast and be a lot of fun. So I am going to just take a moment and figure out exactly what sort of style look we're doing. I don't want to like stump myself too much by trying to force myself to do something like way out of the box, but I also don't want to bore you guys by doing the same thing over and over again. So give me a moment. I'm going to get my head together and we'll figure out exactly kind of what we're going to do. All right, I made up my mind. We're going to do sort of like a cut crease thing, and we'll just try to maybe add a little extra detail with the liner than what I just normally do, where I normally just do the separation between like the mattes and the shimmer. Maybe we'll add a little something in the wing area to help kind of mix that up. So to start off with, we need a shader brush. So, or I guess like a packing brush. So let's grab this one. It is just like an e.l.f. 201. I don't know if they make this specific one anymore, but it's an e.l.f. brush. I don't know where I'm trying to go with that. Anyways, we are going to, I always like going in with my deepest shade and then working my way out, and then I go backwards again to re-intensify and just kind of finesse the blend. So with this brush, we're going to jump into Combat Boots, which is like the deepest gray here. Dip in and also tap off because I do have my makeup base on. I don't want to get stuff all over the place. And we're just going to start tapping this in the outer corner. Just help build up that initial depth and shape. Outer corner, and I'm bringing it into the crease a bit. While we're here, just do it to the other eye as well. I don't always do this, but sometimes having to go back after and catch up the other eye is a bit of a pain, so I kind of go a bit back and forth onto what method I am liking at the time, and it's just how I feel in the moment. All right, something like that, and then we're going to go in with this guy here. So this is just from BH Cosmetics. It says it's number 5. I don't know what set it's from. And we're going to go into the next shade up from that, which is the like mid-tone gray called Mixed Tape. Sorry. It's kind of on one of my tweezers and it was making lovely noise. And we're just going to stamp around that dark charcoaly gray and start to like create the transition, gradient, blend, whatever the word that I should be looking for is. Just had to put my youngest down for a nap. He just turned 4 at the beginning of December, and he, unlike his brother, when his brother was even younger than him, he'd already kind of like let go of naps, but my youngest is still holding on to them, which is fine, but he needs them still, but fights going down for them. And you can just tell he's getting like super argumentative, and it's just like time for a nap. So I just encouraged him to take one. Next, we're going to go with this Morphe. It's just from like one of their sets, so it doesn't have a name. And we're going to go in with the lightest gray, which is Payphone. It's that one right there. I feel like we got some kickback or whatever from other shades on that. So I'm going to blow that off before dipping into it so we don't pick up something that we don't want. So yeah, so going back to work, I think that was still in the part that wasn't cut off, but if it was cut off, I go back to work after being off for basically 2 weeks tomorrow. So both looking forward to it and also dreading it because I've just gotten so used to being home and doing my own thing, but it'll be nice to like use my brain in a different way and just kind of be out of the house and do some stuff. So I'm more so looking forward to it than anything. But yeah, I recently rediscovered playing The Sims on PC, and wow, I forgot how much I loved it. I think I sort of fell out of love with it because for a while I kept attempting to play it like through gaming systems, like whether it was like Xbox or whatever, and I just didn't enjoy using like the game controller for it. I'm just like, call me old school, but I just really, there was something about just using like the mouse and just having that and not having it be like so many different, you know, buttons and whatever. I just really enjoy the classic. So my husband got me reset up on my laptop through his Steam, and I've been playing The Sims the last couple of days, and I am obsessed. Going back into the previous shades, just like I said I was going to. So yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. When I'm not trying to keep my kiddos entertained and, you know, do stuff with them, I have been taking some quiet time to play The Sims, and I have really, really been enjoying it. I'm going to have to kind of go back and forth with my brushes just because I am using a slightly denser brush for that mid-tone gray, so I think once we intensify it and I don't need the other one for it anymore, I might go in with the fluffy one just to add a little extra layer to make sure that it's blending nicely. But yeah, so that's kind of been like my holidays and stuff. I was so lucky over the holidays that I got to have all my family out to visit. So I've got family that are in Winnipeg, where I'm originally from. I've got some of my families out in BC, where we lived for most of our lives. That's where my husband and I met before moving out to Ontario, where probably TMI, I'm sharing more information than I should, but anyways, we moved here to come back to like where he's from, and yeah, but I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, it was just nice having family all here to celebrate the holidays with. I think it's like the first time since all the grandkids, at least you know what we currently have, who knows. I know my husband and I are done. The baby factory is closed, but I can't really speak for any of my sisters. I don't know what their plans are when it comes to all that, but we're done. But yeah, it's the first time ever that we've had all of the grandkids, and so like the grandparents, you know, the kids, so myself and like sisters and that, partners, and then also all the grandbabies all in the same place. Because even when people have come out before, it's always been like there's someone who couldn't make it or whatever, so it's just really nice to finally have that. All right, I think we've got a blend that I'm happy with. Just trying to make sure there's no harsh lines between anything. And then, yeah, it was really nice. It was like chaotic because, oh my gosh, dropping stuff everywhere. It was chaotic because you can imagine just, you know, I have 3 sisters, and then there's like 9 kids between all of our kids, and then all the grandparents and that. It was a lot. So I'm just taking a Q-tip and some micellar water, and I'm gonna clean up and do my cut. Yeah, so it was a bit chaotic, but I was so thrilled having everyone here that I would take that again in a heartbeat. Like, yeah, it was chaotic, but so worth it, because I just haven't gotten to spend that much time with my family. And it's just not the same. Like, yeah, you can call and stuff like that, but it's not quite the same as being in person. So it was just really nice getting to spend that quality time together. I baked sugar cookies so the kids could all decorate cookies for Santa. And yeah, it was just loads of fun. So I'm bummed that that's all over. It's like you kind of have stuff that you look forward to for so long, and then it's so amazing when it's happening, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, just like that, it's over. And you're kind of like, okay, now what? But anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. It was fun. That's where we're going with it. So I'm really happy that we got to do that, but I am sad that it's all over because I'm just like, I don't know when the next time something like that's going to happen again. It'll definitely be years before I'm sure we're able to coordinate all that again. But I guess we'll just have to look forward to that whenever it's going to be and go from there. All right, I'm going to try to find a brush that I want to use. Sure, we'll use this one. This is P. Louise number 7071. It's like their flat kind of, it's almost like a concealer brush, but I think they use it a lot for like their bases on the eyes. And I'm going to take that with my NYX glitter glue. There we go. And we're going to stamp that all over the lid. This happened now twice in this video. I just really need to pay attention to my camera and the monitor because again, all of a sudden I looked and I was going to stop recording and it's already not recording. And I'm like, well, when did you stop? Anyways, I'm using my Melt Cosmetics gel liner in the shade Onyx, and I'm using that to line my lower lash line. This is just with an Essence, like little precise liner brush. And I'm going on the waterline and then also just under the lash line just to create a little bit of a dark base. And then we're also going to drag it up and do a bit of a wing moment. We're going to end up going over with a little bit of combat boots because I don't want it to be like a super intense wing. I just want it to slightly go over this a little bit because I don't feel like I did the black as intense there. And this is just a Morphe PK45. It's just like a thick angled brush. We're going to go in with that deep charcoal combat boots. We're going to stamp along the black liner and then also just help blend the top of it so it's not super harsh, and also kind of blend into the purple a bit. We're going to end up going over the outside of the liner a bit with the cake liner when we do all of that, but I still want it to blend a little bit, like I want it there so I have a bit of a guide, but I also don't want it to be harsh. And I'm just going back in with the purple just over the edge here just to make sure it really blends nicely, looks seamless. All right, and then now let's go in with our liner. So let's start getting that activated. I'm going to close this gel liner so it doesn't all dry out. And then, which brush do we want to use today? Let's go with, I don't want something like too long, but I also don't want it to be like short either. We'll go with this. I think this is sort of like a nice mid-tone one. It's just from like a set that I got off of Shein or somewhere like that. They're just like technically like nail brushes, but I find those are the best kinds of brushes for liners. I think you can also like get them directly from like Gavissi and that, but I just find these are really inexpensive and they work well, and it's what I've got, so it's what we're going with. Not sure if I got a little bit of a mess right there, but we'll figure that out later. All right, so I'm gonna go in. We're gonna go right along. Try to make sure I don't have like black on my fingers so I don't accidentally get it on my face. We're gonna go start in the inner corner. along that line, and I tend to do like little sorts of bits at a time, just because I find it difficult to do in one stroke. Sorry, I probably won't chat too much through this because super concentration. All right, something like that for there. And then I'm going to go on the outside here. Might have to go over it a couple times just to get the thickness in that. That'll make me happy. Something like that. So when I am trying to do like a wing sort of for this, I always like going from the base to the tip on both sides, just because I find it's easier to that kind of like flick out for the tip. All right, something like that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think it just adds like a little something fun. We might put like a couple little jewels or something there. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go do this on the other eye because I can't try to repeat that on camera. And we'll be right back. So we're gonna finish the lower lash line, and I'm gonna go back in with this BH Cosmetics brush and that mixed tape shade, which was like mid-tone gray. And we're just gonna gently, because I don't want it to be too intense, so just gently buff out the deeper shade a little bit. And same on this side. Something like that. Happy with that. So I think we're done with Sugar and Grunge now. I'm going to grab back out my Not Too Lucent palette, and I think we're going to go in with, my face highlight that I used, which is the Phenomena shade. And I'm just going to take that. Just need to grab, I'm just going to use this. It is a Morphe G19, so just like a light little like pencil liner-ish brush. We're going to pick up some of that. I should have some residual glitter glue there because I had kind of pulled it into my inner corner as well. So we're just gonna put that all over here. I like to put it kind of at the start of the liner just so it kind of hides the beginning line of that, and then I like to like drag it under the lash line as well, and then we'll even take a little bit of it and also put that on our brow bone just to add a little sparkle there. Make it all look cohesive. Who doesn't love any excuse to add a little extra something something? I guess, I don't know, I guess maybe some people don't. I like an excuse to add a little extra something something. Okay, so let's figure out, I think we're gonna go with these, don't judge me for maybe how they look. I'm going to go with these Ioni Halfling Lashes in Foxy Drama. Just think they'll be a nice little touch. Just going to try to make sure I have any extra glue that might be left on here off. And I'm just going to, I like to get my lash glue applied and drying while I put on like my mascara and all that, just so that way it's sort of like tacky and ready to go. Before I put them on. Sorry if this is maybe not the most interesting video. I guess I don't really have that much to chat about. I've really just been hanging around at home and playing with my kids, spending time with family. I guess just talking about like going into 2024, some sort of like maybe more beauty makeup related kind of goals that I have. Sorry, just trying to grab, touch up this purple right there a little bit because I feel like some of the black liner trying to crawl up a bit. I had to stop for a second because I thought my oldest was calling for me, but I guess not. Yeah, a goal for me, I think, that I kind of made out for myself for 2024 when it comes to like beauty is I'm really just trying to, I'm not going on like specifically a no buy, but I'm going to be a lot more conscious of the products that I am spending my money on. Really just thinking about stuff and not trying to get drawn in by like, oh, it's on sale or whatever, just because I just really don't want to be, I just did a huge declutter and I really don't want to be like decluttering like 60 some odd palettes out of my collection again. Like it's just, you know, I'm happy to pass them on to like my loved ones and like see their joy of getting to have fun with stuff that maybe wasn't working out for me, but it just feels like such a financial waste to spend that money and then just barely use it and get rid of it. So I'd rather not do that. And I just really want to keep my collection curated and have products that I'm really going to use. Like I get interested using stuff that, you know, like I want to be able to use stuff that is new and inspiring. Oh, sorry, new. I don't know. I've totally lost my train of thought. I just want to be inspired by my makeup. So I don't want to have more stuff than what I can use. And I don't want to regret my purchases. I just realized I didn't like tight line on this side. So just gonna do that. So that way, hopefully it all looks the same depth-wise with the black. I feel like going with something cool tones. I'm going to pull out Diana by Unearthly Cosmetics. It's one of their satin lips. But yeah, so I just want to be more selective with what I'm bringing into my collection. Sorry, it's hard to talk and apply lipstick at the same time. Plus, we're going to be going to England in August. is my first time going anywhere overseas, which is really exciting. But yeah, I want to save and make sure that we have moolah for that. So I need to be more thoughtful with my makeup purchases. These are looking nice and tacky now. Like the glue's kind of gotten gone from like white to being more clear. So let's place them on. There we go. One. Two. I'm going to let them sit there for a second before I use my tweezers and clamp them. Maybe what I can do in the meantime is clean them so there's no excessive glue on them. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, like sort of, you know, I don't know if I call it like a New Year's resolution, but I guess like it kind of is. You know, it's just a plan I have to be more thoughtful in my makeup purchases. Really, any purchases, really. Like, I don't want to like be buying anything just to like buy something. So I want to get things because they're going to enrich my life and that I need them. Okay, I think we are done. I thought about adding a couple jewels down here, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think we need it. I think the shadows and the liner are speaking up for themselves. So here is the finished look. What do we think? I am super happy with it. I had a lot of fun creating it. Sorry if it was kind of like a bit of like a rambly, bouncy all over the place kind of video, but insight to me, that is just kind of the way my brain works. I kind of just bounce all over the place with my thought process. One thing will lead to another, and I just, you know, before I know it, I'm on a tangent and rambling and I'm not making any sense. But yeah, I had a lot of fun creating this. Hopefully it sort of just inspired you to kind of, I don't know, get creative, play. You know, I don't think I did anything like too crazy, but I still think it's a really fun, funky look that is, you know, not too complex, but, you know, has a little something. Like, just goes to show, like, you can do like a little something extra with some, like, you know, liner, and it can completely change a look and just add some interesting dimension to it. So yeah, I think we're going to end that here, but if you liked this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear how your 2024 is going and just how you're doing in general. You know, I love hearing from you guys and just hearing about you guys too. And also, if you haven't, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around for more. Hopefully the rambly randomness of this didn't turn you off my videos, but you know, we're going with it. I'm a person. This is me, and I need to also this year be more like unapologetically me. Like, just, I am who I am, and if it's not your cup of tea, you don't have to watch. But yeah, hope you had fun. I did, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.